Double Diamond Railroad back for a brief layout update, lightning strike update, and a scenery detail that I've been waiting for a week and a half, and got it, and I'm really disappointed. And I expressed my disappointment to the guy that made them. You know, I get 3D print stuff, I expect it to be all done, good to go. I didn't see anywhere on the description where it said it was a kit, because this stuff was so small. I didn't want to have to do it. That's why I buy 3D printed stuff ready to go. But I got this in the mail yesterday. Let me zoom in. Those are my 10 picnic tables. I thought they looked like oil fueling booms folded up. I looked at them and like, that's a picnic table. I even wrote him to make sure I got the right thing. I said, how do you put these together? I said, doesn't look like a picnic table, looks like a refinery part. And he said, yeah, you just use, like nippers to trim the, like sprue cutters and cut them away. I thought, great. I said, do you have a drawing or anything of what because all the pieces are all joined together in a nice way he could print it. But it makes no sense to look at one. I think I spotted the tabletop. I think I spotted the cross legs in there. But then I think I see now vertically one of the benches. So I guess you cut it off of that platform. Then you got to cut all these parts yourself and kind of estimate under magnifier glasses. Try to figure out how it goes together and do a bunch of gluing of parts. Side X's, tabletop to benches. What a pain. About ready to throw them in the trash. So I looked up today, I thought surely Woodland Scenics has something. And they do. They got a picnic table with 5 people sitting at it. 3 on one, 2 on the other, a couple on one, and 3 people together on the other table. So I ordered those from Midwest Model Railroad. It's about the same price, a couple bucks more than what I paid for these with shipping. So they'll be here Monday or Tuesday. And it'll be ready-made, extra people sitting on it. I'll have 2 tables with those 5 people add to the scene at Bob's. So that'll be good. And maybe sometime I might, in the winter, try to tackle those assembly of the 3D printed ones. See about that. Okay, I'm back up here to get an overview. See what we got out here. And let's swing away here and take this out so we don't have to look at that. Come back over to the farm scene. We'll go back in there and take a look. Whoop. Take a look back there. There we go. Love that farm scene. Partial look at it anyway. So the other thing, one of our other updates, we had a lightning strike. We were going to Tennessee for like a week and a half. We came back, and the Thursday, like a couple days after we got back, we had a lightning strike pretty much right on top of us, which I worry about. I got a 43-foot tower with a mast that goes up to 60 feet, tip of the antenna for a repeater up there. And I thought, well, it didn't hit there because I got a super good lightning grounding system. Not saying it couldn't. It's an underground system by Polymer, I think it is. I can't even think of it. Polyphase or something. And we had just repaired that a couple of months ago because a backhoe broke the underground wire in half. I had to get a special splice, weatherproof burial splice, to fix it. We're glad we did. We didn't lose any radio gear. First I thought I lost an antenna switch. Then we found out when I was working on the router and stuff upstairs, I accidentally pulled the power source for that and didn't know it. I thought it was something else. So we got that running no problem. Radios work great, no damage. That's all my amateur radio gear. So then we ordered a router because what it did, it blew the Ethernet board out in the router, my router, because I have my own wireless router. So it took out every port in there, and I'm going to test again now to make sure that's what it is. I might even open it up and see if that's fused. I doubt it. It's probably a diode or something. But got a new router in with a 8-port gigabit switch. Put that in, had to wait about 4 or 5 days. Took a couple days to get it in, installed, debugged over last weekend, and it's all running well now. Super fast too. It's like probably 2 times faster than what I've ever had here, 2 to 3 times faster. So it's really great on the phones, even good on the hardwired stuff. So all that's running great. We got back in business because I had to put one video up before I had that, and boy, it took like over an hour for a little 6-minute video. So we're glad to have that back. Got that all running. Happy to have that because that's a critical thing when you're doing this kind of stuff. And I was a network guy for 30-some years, so I don't like having my stuff down. We had something go out, we had to do it, usually within 24 hours we had to get it rebuilt, get something in, replace it, or work around, repatch to make it all work. So I didn't have that. I did order more patch cables and we jumpered things better, and so we're doing really good with that now. So that's a good thing. As far as the layout, nothing else going on. We're just waiting on new picnic tables. Oh, and I found out I will be spray painting my 2 semi-trailers I have. I found out you're supposed to, I watched, let's see, Chadwick Model Railroad back in the spring. He said, make sure you wash up your parts before you paint them. There's a film on them. I couldn't understand what he said, being British and all that. So I finally asked him, I found a video and said, what are you supposed to soak these in? He said, just use some washing up liquid. So I guess liquid soap, so I'm using Dawn. I'm going to put it in a little aluminum or Tupperware pan and get that film off of them. Then I'm going to spray paint these trailers white because I have some Swift decals to go on them. Swift Transport. So we're going to do that pretty soon, since we can go out and paint now, but very humid right now. I just come in from outside. That's one of the other problems I had. A bunch of wasps, paper wasps, had gotten inside my weather station up on my tower. It's above the roof, right about 5 feet above the roof. And I had a guy come, my climber, he shot a half a can of Raid into it. Well, one guy got away and it didn't take care of him. He keeps hanging around. Looks like they're rebuilding the nest. I just went out, I've been soaking it, flushing it. Yesterday we shot it with a pressure washer and soaked it in Dawn and water, and they're still there. I went up to shoot water to get the rain gauge caught up because it isn't measuring. And I started shooting water and he was sitting in the bowl of the rain gauge, flew up out of there. Then I saw a bigger brown wasp and another one. So now there's 3 back there hanging around again, still trying to make a living there. The problem is the nest is up inside the gauge. There are tipper things in there to measure with. They got up in the bottom vents and they clogged up the tippers with their nest up in there. And my guy said, I'll come take it down. I said, not until I make sure it's safe. So I just went up and drowned the thing, pumped a bunch of water up in the air so it would catch up the gauge. I added 1.08 inch to get my gauge synchronized back on with what it's missed this week. So I'm hoping tomorrow with the heavy rains that we are going to, it is going to rain enough that it'll keep on working, keep them freed up. They'll abandon, but I doubt it. So I got this professional spray coming called Stryker, S-T-R-Y-K-E-R, 20-foot jet spray. Gets on there and foams, paralyzes them, kills them within a minute or 2, and it leaves residue, so they won't want to hang around. So I got that coming. It'll be here Saturday. So after these rains, I'm probably going to soak it in that shoot it all up on there as far as I can get, soak it up, and let that go a couple days, see if it kills them off, keeps them away. Then I'll let him come, take it down, put it in a bucket and lower it by a rope, and we'll tear it apart and stand back. Because there's probably a big nest inside, and it could still be babies coming out and all that kind of stuff. So not looking forward to that, but I'm sure getting aggravated about the rain gauge, missing all my rain counts because I have monthly and annual totals. So it's really messing. I'm trying to keep it up manually, synchronized, so I don't lose my annual total. So I did get it to catch up to 1.08. I needed about an inch plus, so I'm calling that good for now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So I did observe those three flying around the whole time I was shooting water up there. And that one was an inch long. That's the biggest I've seen. He was dark brown. The other ones are those black and yellow striped ones. So lots of stuff going on. It's stinking hot. I come down here just now to make a video to cool off. Because wow, the heat index is 93, was 95. It's cooled down some. It's 4:30 now. So pretty hot out there. Muggy has been. Tomorrow, all of Ohio, severe storms, enhanced risk, and it's going to be supercells, flooding, and that's a good chance of tornadoes then when they're separated supercells like that. Everybody watch the news tonight. You'll see all the flooding in western Kentucky, Paducah, Mayfield, Kentucky, where the big tornado hit a year ago. It's all underwater. It was a mess. Just missed Nashville. The severe stuff went below Nashville to the southeast, then turned south. Okay guys, we'll cut out here. 12-minute video already. Might chop some of this out. Comes my controller. Let's stop that. Get out of the way so it don't block your view. Looking through the yard. I saw L404 LaGrange. He spent all day work, like midday, and he never got to go back until 3:30. And now he went back, and he had 4 engines, EMDs, GP38s, GP40s, a mix, and 4 of them for only, see, it was, I think 5 tank cars, and he came back also with an empty gun. That's crazy. A lot of EMD power there for that. Okay, we'll sign off here. Let you go. Get back upstairs in the recliner, cool off. I'm really hot and sweaty. Take care, guys. Have a great week. What's left of it. Watch out for severe in the Midwest tomorrow. Double Diamond Railroad out.